and good evening. I'm here to relay a message that both me and my father have been discussing for a couple of days now. We've been wondering what can we do from abroad, how we can make a difference. What exactly is needed? Well, after doing enormous research on the Electoral College, we've come up with the following idea. This is for all of you Nicas that are in the United States, especially in Florida. I want to go through some numbers with you right now and just show you what I'm thinking. Now, every week or so we get these tweets either from Marco Rubio, John Bolton, Donald Trump, Bolton, Sullivan, all of them promising action, but action has not been taken. And we're running out of time. Nicaragua needs international support now more than ever. Every day that passes, more and more, these people torture these more and more. And that can't happen and cannot continue. So here are the numbers, because we need action. In 2010, which is the last adjusted census that was made here in the United States that included Nicaragua as a group, there were 405,600 registered Nicas. If you adjust that for growth at 1.1%, which is the bare minimum of growth for any group, that gives us now in 2019 500,000 Nicas in the United States, registered, legal Nicaraguans, voters. Most important than anything, voters. Of those 500,000 Nicas, 30% live in Miami-Dade. Why is that crucial? Let's take a look at the electoral map from the last election. Look at Miami-Dade. So, if Marco Rubio and these others and Rick Scott, here, let me pull up their phone numbers. As you can see there, on our page you'll find them as well. If you want to win Florida, you need the Nicaraguan vote. That is a strategy. We want a hashtag Nica the vote. Let's put pressure for action on our senators and congressmen. Call, email, Twitter. We all know the president loves Twitter. At Real Donald Trump. Tell them the time for action is now. Not only that, you cannot win Florida without the Nica vote. And time is ticking. To make my point even clearer, let's look at some key races from the past election. Here we can see Marco Diaz-Balart. Look at the difference in votes. He won by 40,000 votes. You have Francis Rooney, again narrowing out the victory. This one is even more incredible. And we should focus on this more than anything else as Nicaraguans. Because this guy loved to be in Washington arguing against the sanctions, against Ileana Ross, for Ortega, on behalf of Grupo Carmen. He has delayed and delayed and delayed, and he should face the wrath of his constituents for it. These are other elections. Look at the numbers. Either way, they will be posted online later. But I want you to just focus on the numbers in the elections. There is not one election that cannot be swung by the Nica vote. Here's Rick Scott's numbers. The Nica vote will change the outcome. Let them earn the vote. Let them act globally so that they can win locally. This number gets even more impressive when you think of the amount of people from Venezuela here in Florida. You add that, and you have 200,000 registered Venezuelan people, 145,000 Nicas. That's 345,000 votes. That if these representatives want, then they need to make good on their promises. They have promised action. It's time for them to deliver. We want sanctions. We want action. We deserve it, and we demand it. Let's flex our muscle as a united voting bloc and demand our congressmen, senators, and president take action against the murderous dictator that is Daniel Ortega. The time for waiting is over. I've shown you the numbers. We can change the outcome. We need to start the pressure. Start with the social campaign. Let's bombard their offices. Let's fill their emails. Let's drive their assistants nuts with non-stop voicemails, emails, Twitter, everything possible. Let's make them not stop thinking about Nicaragua. I want them to go to sleep having nightmares about Nicaragua, the same way we do. The same way the people suffering in jail do. I don't want them to ever not think of the image of Alvarito saying that he can't breathe. I want that engraved in their memory. And we can do it. They need our vote, let them earn it. Let them bring down the sanctions. Take action, bring down the sanctions. We need sanctions and we need action. We don't need supportive tweets. We need decisive action. We have Sullivan, Bolton, everyone making empty promises. We need action, not promises or supportive tweets. The man, Daniel Ortega and his wife, have already been accused of crimes against humanity. We have seen, those of us that have lived in Nicaragua, have seen the cruelty with which these people act. They don't discriminate. They don't care. All they care about is power. Well, we have power too here. Let's flex our power. If they're suffering over there, all our brothers and sisters in Nicaragua, the least we can do is put aside our differences, come together as one unifying bloc, and ask our senators, no more. Ask our Congress, no more. You want our votes? You represent us? You take action. These people need to be free. Daniel Ortega can no longer continue to play with the international community. Let the sanctions rain on him and his family and all the corrupt people that follow him. The time is now, and the call to action is now. You've seen the numbers. I presented you the case. We can do this. Let's bring down this. Let's take it down. Let's bring down the sanctions. I'll leave you here. Are the numbers for the representatives Marco Rubio and Rick Scott. here in Florida. Start emailing. Start showing them the power of a united Nicaraguan voice. As for the president, at Real Donald Trump, since we know he loves Twitter, hashtag Nica the vote. Let him know how we feel. Let him know what we need. Thank you, and make sure to tune in to La Hora Vandalica later with my dad at his regularly scheduled time of 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Nica. Goodbye, and God bless all of you.